Okay, right. So we are getting ready for the ultimate night of lights. We have an access to these amazing lights on Pesach Leil Seder. And if you're outside of Eretz Israel, so it's 2 nights of beautiful access to lights. And what are these lights and how do we access them? And like where are we even going to be emotionally, spiritually on Seder night? A lot of us feel very, very exhausted from the preparation aspects of Pesach. Like cleaning your house and getting rid of chametz, it's not exactly fun. It isn't. And it takes a lot mentally and physically. And sometimes we're just exhausted and want to get to the real meal of Pesach, but the entire idea of Leila Seder was instituted because there is a spiritual light that was opened for Am Yisrael on the night of Yetziat Mitzrayim, the night that commemorates Yud Daled Nisan. Okay, and why that's important, I'm going to try to explain, if I can, spiritually why this night is an amazing portal, as all of the holidays are. They're basically holidays are days of portals where we can access beautiful intrinsic light that Hashem brought into the world on those dates. And we explained in our previous classes that the calendar is not linear whatsoever. Just because, April happened last year does not mean anything in a Judaism, in a Jewish spiritual lens, right? We have a Chodashim, our Nisan, and each day and each holiday has within it a cyclical a spiritual portal. Okay, and so when we're going to enter Yudal Nisan, um, we're going to hopefully see and experience and relive and transform not only our own personal lives but our collective Jewish Am Yisrael, as a peoplehood. We're all going to be transformed, and I want to explain why some of the things we do on Leila Seder and before Leila Seder help us get there. Just a second, 1 minute. Okay, and hopefully a lot of you can listen as you're cleaning or as you're cooking for Pesach. So like this, we're going to start off with looking at how the different rituals that we do on for the entire 8 days or 7 days in Eretz Israel, what we're doing ritually seems pretty weird. Like if you explained what this holiday is to people who are not Jewish, they might look at you a little bit funny, like, "Oh, you eat crackers for 8 days? Oh, you're not allowed to eat bread," and they would probably think that we're kind of a little bit weird. Um, and there's other things that we do that night that if you tell them like this is the seder, they would kind of probably not understand at all. I don't think there's any other nation or people that do such um, you know in-depth retelling of a story in their history as we do. We are such a unique people that even if this happened 3,500 years ago, we are still reliving it and talking about it and sharing it with our children and making it real. I don't know any other cultures or religions that do it in this manner. So just for that reason alone, we're pretty unique. We should feel special about it. And this night is very special. So let's explain. Okay. So we have to look at the Seder in a completely spiritual lens to really understand what we're seeing in a physical, realm, right? So from a bird's eye view, if you're at the point of like Hashem and the angels and what they see, looking down in their point of view, when they see Am Yisrael is sitting down, families, grandparents, great grandparents, grandchildren, and all the generations together reliving the story of Exodus. In the heavens, they're rejoicing. The heavens, they're rejoicing. And that's so important to understand that we are touching upon a really, really um, parallel world, right? What we're doing in this world, it's a parallel world in heaven, the realms in heaven, that are in so much happiness to see that. So it's a very spiritual night. And we're going to start with the removal of the chametz and why that in itself is a very spiritual endeavor. So when we're removing our chametz from each and every room, okay, you have to check your pockets, you have to check the car, you have to check places where you frequently eat, and maybe not clean up after yourself. So the places that could have chametz in them, you're supposed to remove it, and this is a spiritual thing. It's a very interesting thing that you should, as you're cleaning your places with chametz, you should understand that you're actually cleaning the rooms in your soul, right? The rooms in your soul. Every single piece of our soul has a representation in our physical world. Okay, so that means, like, for example, your pots, your dishes, the things that you're purging to become kosher for Pesach. In essence, you're purging your own soul, right? You're scrubbing out and you're cleaning your soul in order to be able to become a vessel to hold a light on Leila Seder. As we said, Leila Seder has, we can access these lights, but without the vessel, we are not going to be able to hold the lights throughout the year. And that's the entire idea, is that this night can transform the entire year coming up. So not only on a personal level, we understand that the light will come down to the entire Am Yisrael, okay, on a collective scale. So we're not only doing it for our own transformation, but the transformation of Am Yisrael. So again, you should have the idea that the cleansing of the rooms and the cleansing of the dishes and the cleansing of the oven and the cleansing of everything, scrubbing and scraping and checking and the bedikat chametz, it's all spiritual. We're all looking within the soul, right? And we're trying to clean it out and make it so that it's ready without any evil inclination, because chametz is the representation of our yetzer hara, of our evil inclination, the anger inside of us, the sadness inside of us, the jealousy, the rage sometimes that we hold in the soul. We want to get rid of it, and it's a representation of the chametz. Okay, so purging and removing chametz is like the biggest gift, right, you could do for yourself for Erev Chag. And it means that you're looking through all of the deep layers, the shadow parts of your, they talk about shadow work in, I think, in psychotherapy. They talk about, things that your shadow self. This is deep psyche things that we're actually doing when we're removing the chametz and we're investigating and checking and bedikat chametz. This is a real deal, and we should know how important this is for Leila Seder, to come Leila Seder and feel completely clean without your shadow self, and make room for all of the good parts, the good character traits that you want to infuse into your life. This is important, okay? So the work has to be done, right? The work has to be done in order to go forward, okay? And that's exactly what we're going to talk about. The letter, it has 15 parts, right? 15 steps, so to speak, of the seder. We have, kadesh, orchatz, karpas, yachatz, magid, rachsa, motzi matzah, maror, korech, shulchan, orech, tzafun, barech, halel, nirtzah. So the 15 steps, they actually are a representation of the 15 steps that the Leviim used to take when they were singing their mizmor at the Beit HaMikdash, right? They would sing the Shir HaMa'alot, right? The Shir HaMa'alot, songs of ascent. These are the songs that they would go up towards the Beit HaMikdash, right? And so too, the night of Leila Seder, we are also trying to ascend, okay? And it starts from Kadesh, when we're sanctifying it, right? This is a very deep idea, right? That we are in Leila Seder, we're going up to ascend to our higher selves, our our highest selves, okay? But let's go back. I want to talk a little bit about something that I read from the Ramchal. The Ramchal talks about the idea that we discussed about removing the chametz. He talks about it in his book Derech Hashem, right, the ways of Hashem. So he talks about like this. I'm going to read in English. So he says regarding chametz and matzah, the content of chametz and matzah is that until the exodus of Egypt, Israel was subservient to the other nations, a nation inside of another nation. But in their exodus, in our exodus, we were redeemed and we were separated out. Okay? And behold, that until that time, all of the aspects of people's bodies were darkened by overpowering darkness and pollution. Okay, he calls it, I want to just read it in Hebrew, it's a beautiful mashal, right? He calls it, והיינו כי הנה הלחם שאוכל למזון האדם הוא משתווה באמת את המצב הנרצה באדם ועניין החימוץ שהוא דבר טבעי בלחם, שיהיה קל האיכול וטוב הטעם. The idea is that, right? Hold on a second. That it was for this function that we were commanded about the destruction of chametz, right, and eating matzah, because this is bread that is prepared for human sustenance, right? Truly equal to the desired state of man. As the matter of leavening is that a natural thing in bread, in order for it to be easily digestible and have a good taste, should leaven, right? Our challah, right? Our challah is delicious. We all make beautiful challah, but exactly that, it's in order for us to be able to digest it. This is also that which follows the proper nature of man, as he also needs the evil impulses, right? The yetzer hara, he needs the chametz in order, right? The penchant for the physical, right? Inside of him, he needs some sort of evil impulse in order for him to understand that he can nullify it, he can overcome it. Yet for this specific reason and this desired time, yay! We have a winner. We have a Miriam. I was just recording myself so that I could give over some of the ideas, but I'm so happy you're here in person. It's even better. How are you, by the way?
Thank God.
How's everything going?
Good.
Preparing.
Yeah, it's good.
Good for you.
Yeah.
All right. So I was just giving over some ideas about what is chametz and what is matzah and the difference between the two and why Hashem instituted us to eat matzah on these days and to remove the chametz. So what ideas? I mean, I'm sure you are very knowledgeable.
I
So
know something.
tell me about your chametz. What is the chametz really a representation of?
Oh my goodness, it's like so meaningful today because I was just praying. Like I do a lot of stuff, and I started to
Yeah.
find that it was always me about the situations I'm in. It's always about me because it's my life. But
Wow.
I seem to be getting in situations where I'm dealing with so many difficult people.
Wow.
But I'm the person in the story, right?
Right?
So it must be about me. It must be me that's the problem. So what's going on? And I was praying to please
Wow.
give me guidance, help me get out of this because I know it has to be my problem, something
Wow.
with me. And I'm dealing with some pretty interesting problems. Like
Wow.
nobody on a condo, for a simple example, nobody on a condo board ever says it's a walk in the park. It's not easy.
Oh.
There's problems. And
Wow.
you got to work with personalities. That's one minor problem. But I could give you I have a few others. And then I started to think, I prayed to Hashem today because it's Rebbe's your birthday. So I know it's a good day to write a letter and connect. And so I was writing my letter. And then my good friend, who I met through my roommate in Spot,
Oh,
she's
beautiful.
a Satmar lady here in Montreal, love her,
Wow.
calls me to remind me that today's also the yortzeit of Rabbi the Shlah and the Ramban.
The Ramban.
Ramban and
Oh,
the
wow.
Shlah.
And the
They
Shlah.
both wrote letters.
No way.
These letters that you read, like for your children's education, the Shlah, and the Ramban is about he wrote to his son how to behave in the world. And then
Wow.
I knew it was me that I had to stop fighting, but I knew that what I was fighting for were good things.
Yeah.
But I had to stop certain way of doing it because
Mm.
it wasn't functioning, it wasn't working. And I
Yeah.
read the Ram. So she said, when you read the Ramban's letter,
Yeah.
it gives you all the blessings that you asked for the day. It's a guarantee, they say. He
Wow.
says,
Yeah.
read my letter. Whatever you ask for today, I'll.
Sure. Wow.
And the letter is all about humility.
Hmm.
This is where your question is.
Chametz. Yeah.
Hametz. It's all about talking with no anger, humility, looking at others above you as above you, and looking at anyone you think is below you as above you. Like, who do you think you are?
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
come on.
Come
This
on. That's
how to do
amazing.
it. Not, and I was saying, please don't
Sure.
just tell me to be kinder and nicer. What? Tell
Sure.
me how.
You
And
should.
it gave all the facts of how. Like,
Wow.
lower your head. Like, don't aggressively talk with people, or talk with calmness and gentleness,
Wow.
without anger. Take your time to think. Like a whole list of how to do it.
That's
And I'm
amazing.
thinking, like, we're getting Pesach with our whole list of how to get rid of our chametz.
Sure.
It doesn't end. It's like you keep finding more and more. It does, because we're full of it.
Yeah.
And then I realized, stop being so full of it. This is the whole
Wow.
picture of chametz, right? I'm sorry if I'm jumping into your Torah, but I'm
This
just,
is so
isn't this
apropos. Yes.
amazing?
Yes. Of course.
And I'm dealing with
And
a
this is
shit up from my
Ramban's.
daughter, and I had
Wow.
to talk to her to
Beautiful.
not to and not with anger, because she was getting a little nervous and upset.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just needed to keep her in
So,
line, but at the same time,
wow.
I'm in the charge. But how am I going to be in charge? How am I
Mm.
going to get her in line? Yell at her, punish her? Nah.
Yeah. Wow.
Gently talk to her about these mitos,
Wow.
and it worked.
Beautiful. I'm so happy for you.
So I'm seeing clearing out the chametz. I've been doing my house for 23 years, 20 years. I know how to do my house. I could get it done. But cleaning up the stuff is nice.
Yeah.
This is the real chametz. Isn't it? It's so hard to get rid of.
It is.
It's so hard. I could clean my house easily, but
correct.
My insides is so much harder.
They're the character traits that we don't want to carry into the year. Yeah. We don't want to carry into it. So Pesach is the detoxic. This is the week of detox.
Oh my God.
This is how we can do you know that we can spiritually detox? No one ever talks about how Pesach is a serious detox. Isn't that incredible though? No one ever taught me that. Pesach, you have that week to spiritually detox the bad things that you have inside. And I was just reading from the Ramchal, from Derech Hashem, he says, you have to have that. You have to have the Yetzer Hara. You cannot have only Yetzer Tov. Why? Why can you only have Yetzer Tov?
There's no battle. There's no need for us.
There will never be an impetus, right, for us to get better, to grow. You need to have some sort of Yetzer Hara. And they know, the tzaddikim, they have a very big Yetzer Hara. The bigger you are, the bigger the Yetzer. But if you're a true tzaddik, you're able to work on that. And that's the idea of the Pesach. Is this is your week to spiritually work on yourself. And if you do it right, if you do your Pesach right, and you don't have chametz, and not even a crumb, not even anything, right? And you koshered your Pesach dishes, you koshered your oven, you did it right on Pesach, your entire year will be transformed. Your entire year, you won't fall when it comes to the things that trigger us. When we get to the things that really push us, and the Yetzer Hara is triggered almost, we won't fall because our Pesach was transformed, because we did our Pesach right. So that's a really big lesson. That's a big lesson. We have the 8 days or 7 days to really do something for our future, not just our own personal life. I think on a communal level, Am Yisrael is doing it all for each other, right? There's no I in the Am Yisrael, right? Kol echad, you're all one, belev echad, right? Yeah. So I am certain that our holiday of Pesach is to be able to transform the whole world and to bring the Geula, because we know it's Chag HaGeula. It's Chag HaGeula for a reason. And the only reason is because we're removing the evil powers. The klipa of the evil powers is really from Paro. Did you know that? Paro is that seed of the evil power, right? Yeah. I think if you take his name apart, it's Pera, right? Bad mouth, Pera or something. That's how sometimes I've seen it in the Bnei Yissaschar talks about it, right? It's the actual seed of and the klipa of the Ra. Okay, and so we know, and I want to share something.
That was their goddess.
Yeah, I want to Ra. Really?
Yeah.
It was called Ra?
Yeah.
I did not know that. That's really, really interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, but I want to share something.
But that was it.
So I heard that the 7-8 days of Pesach is when the evil powers, which is the Sitra Achra, that's the days that they're the weakest. In the entire year of the Jewish calendar, the 7-8 days, I think I read it was 7 days. Right? 7 days are the weakest. The weakest. The Sitra Achra is weak. That's because Hashem was able to bring us out of Mitzrayim and do the whole Geulah, right? This is because it's a portal. We have to enter into the portal of Pesach in order to receive those spiritual gifts Hashem He bestowed upon us, right? But we do some things at the Seder that we can really see how we're weakening the Sitra Achra. So one thing we do at the Seder is, did you ever hear about the leaning to the left?
Yeah.
Leaning to the left is a spiritual thing to do, actually.
Really?
It's not about how we're
they
kings.
That's how you sleep because it kind of cleans out your system better when you lie down on your bed.
What's the deal with that? That we have to sleep on the left side?
I don't forget. And then you roll over to the right, which I never know if I'm doing it or not. I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
But there is something about that.
The left side, what organ is on the left?
Their heart is on the left.
Okay, the heart. The heart, inside of it, has the evil inclination. The Yetzer Hara is within the heart itself. So what we understand is when we're leaning over on our left, we're spiritually, our parallel in Shamayim is showing we're weakening the Yetzer Hara. And it's actually happening. So the things that, did you know that there's certain actions that we could do with our body that can actually make a big change in Shamayim? I didn't know this either, but I heard if you close your hands, you clasp them, you're not supposed to do that because the Ari says that this is closing your mazel.
Oh.
Closing your mazel.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the wires. You're crossing the wires almost.
Oh my goodness.
The Gevura and, this is Gevura and Chesed, you're cross-wiring them and you're breaking the mazel that Hashem was giving you.
We don't sit there praying that way. We don't do that. We stand our feet together and because they're balanced, but they're not crossing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
The things that we do with our body actually have a big impact in Shamayim. So I understood you're not supposed to raise your hands because remember that Moshe was raising his hands to beat Amalek?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to just raise your hands for nothing, right? These are implications that we don't understand so much.
You want to hear a quickie?
Yeah.
Who was helping him?
It was Aaron.
And
was it Yoshua?
Hor.
It was Hor.
The son of Miriam. Or they think
so. Really?
I think so. So I always imagine the Kabbalistic diagram of the Netzach and Moshe's Netzach or humility also. Yes. I don't know what he is, but
I think Moshe
Aaron
is
and Hor has to be Gevura because he was Gevura when the people came with the Hate Egel and he was tough on them and they killed him.
Oh wow, that was Hor?
Yeah.
Hor did this?
Yeah. Wow. He was with Aaron. He was left behind with Aaron to watch the people. And when they started to sin, he yelled at them. He said, stop. And they attacked him. Aaron Chesed was very, let's give talk nice.
Shalom.
Well, not shalom. It was more take time, but kind.
Yeah, I didn't have the...
Hor was more Gevura. This isn't allowed, a sword.
Sure.
But they killed him.
Wow.
Didn't work. Not that this was not that Aaron's way was either. They needed Moshe.
They needed balance.
They needed the balance. It's this whole balance of being able to.
So you just did that. When you raise your hands, it should only be for asking and praying from Hashem, please, for your Yeshua.
I love it.
Just the only reason you should be raising your hands is to ask for Yeshua. But just to raise your hand, I'm not sure. There's yoga positions and things like that I don't even know the things that we're doing sometimes that they have implications. Okay, so we have to be very careful with where we're sourcing our movement of our body. This is very true.
This, when I was a kid, I was a teenager, I had a big accident and a mirror cut me in the neck.
No way.
And my right arm was paralyzed.
Wow.
The nerves were cut. And my whole work on my physical.
You did physical
to
therapy.
when I had kids, like you're at that stage with baby carriages.
Yes.
My arm just passed. Like I had a big operation. It was brand new then, microsurgery, so it worked. But
That's
you
incredible.
could see like it looks like it doesn't do everything right, like
Oh my
because it's not
goodness.
100%. But I'm very aware of how the
Wow.
balance is off,
Wow.
and that why would I get that?
Yeah.
Experience, which was a great experience actually spiritually. It
Wow.
made me know there's life and a love in the world that's
Yeah.
overwhelming.
Oh
It was
my gosh.
amazing. But to heal it,
Yeah.
and to manage it, to balance it is very interesting. It's not easy always.
It's on one side of your body.
Yeah,
The left side, you said?
my
No,
right,
it's your right side.
my right arm.
Your chesed arm.
Yeah, telling me.
Maybe you were giving too much. I don't
I
know.
was a giver,
So
so
Hashem
I
is
became a
showing.
lawyer instead.
Hashem is showing
Didn't
you.
last for long.
Didn't last for long.
No.
Maybe, yeah, it's something that is intrinsic, but
It definitely affects
when
our body.
exactly when you stub your right leg, there's a sphera that maybe it's Hashem is showing you. Work on that.
I think so.
I think so as well. So it's really interesting how we can see each body part and the movement at the Seder night is significant.
And you know what's amazing?
It's very significant.
Most Jews go to a Seder.
Yeah.
Most Jews, left,
Yeah.
right, whoever they are.
Yeah.
And I was really thinking a lot about the left in Israel, like how are we going to bring them in?
I know.
How do you get there? How do you get them there? And
I don't
I'm thinking
know.
like we don't want them left behind.
Yeah.
Even if they're left, we don't want them left behind.
Sure.
We want to join the party. And how do you get it in a way that's not like that talks to them? And I thought to myself, wow, they're going to be at the Seder leaning on the left. And at the Seder, let Hashem talk with them.
Yeah.
We can't do it. It's not working.
If they're leaning to the left,
too long. We need it now.
They're overcoming their Sitra Achra. Hashem's weakening it for them.
Let them drink their wine and and enjoy the Seder. And Hashem, work it.
Yeah.
We need our help. We need his help.
Even the wine, if they're just drinking wine, it's going to do something for them.
Yeah.
Because the wine represents Keter.
Yeah.
The wine is Keter.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes. And when you're drinking the wine, you're giving the consciousness from Keter, infusing it into your body. That's also a significant thing that we do.
Nice.
Wine is very significant.
And
grape
good
juice
wine
as
in
well.
Israel. It's good. They only drink kosher wine.
And who doesn't want to sit and drink wine with their friends? Like, this is what they'll do anyway. So it is. It's even if it's even on a base level, and all the secular Jews in America and all the people outside of the Eretz Israel, they're doing something.
Yeah.
And it does amazing things in Shemayim. Hashem and the angels up there are rejoicing from everything they're seeing us do.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Because Pesach has huge light.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say a few more things because wow, it's 9:14 already, and I still have it to do. Isn't that crazy? I'm always thinking.
I have a 21-year-old helper.
I got babies, but I'm always thinking, oh, I still have to do this, I still have to do that, and I just want to be present with what I'm talking about, and it's even that is hard. So I'm trying to give myself like the bracha, please Hashem, give me presence. I just want to be here now and not think about what is waiting for me. But I am anticipating Leila Seder with you. I'm anticipating it a lot. Yeah. Okay, so I want to say a few more things. The chametz, right? And I don't know if I finished what I was saying, what the Ramchal says, but listen to this because it's such a beautiful one. Right, so the specific time that we need to get rid of chametz and be sustained by matzah itself is only so that we diminish the strength of the evil impulse and the penchant for the physical in themselves, and to enhance our drawing near to spirituality, right? We know that matzah is lechem oni, right? Lechem oni, but it's also, matzah is also considered like a refuah. Did you ever hear?
Yeah.
It has like a medicinal property.
Yeah.
And it's a very hard idea and concept to understand. Isn't it harder to digest? Isn't it harder on the gut? How is that medicine?
Yeah.
How's that medicine? But there's so much spiritual aspects to the matzah and eating on Leila Seder that, I'm trying to still draw out. I don't know all the reasons why it's like medicine. Do you? Do you know why it's like
I just know one night's a refuah and the other night's a muna, and it's like
Refuah
just
and
think
Amuna. I've
about
heard
it,
it.
but I don't know why either.
Yeah, the bread of faith. I've heard that too.
But why
Bread
refuah?
of
I had
Amuna.
no idea.
Think
I've heard
about
of it all the time. We do it. We think about it, but I don't know why.
think about when it was made.
Midnight. Well, before we left Egypt, it's being made, and then we just had to go.
Exactly. That's
So
Amuna. That
that's
was
a muna.
the physical representation of Amuna in this world. Because Amuna like is like a feeling. Like you can't, if you say just have Amuna, what? So tell me, like physically, what tangibly, what can I have Amuna by eating the matzah? By eating the matzah, you're infusing and imbuing Amuna into your life on a physical, real level, and that's what I think is like the Amuna is is represented in the matzah.
Yeah. I
And
want to know
we
what the
don't eat that
refuah.
all year round. We don't eat that.
Yeah.
I mean, who would want to eat matzah all year round? It's hard, but maybe if we do it right on Leila Seder and the night of Seder and all the nights, so we have more imuna, we just inject it into our life the whole year. That's an idea. Why refuah? I still don't know.
Yeah.
Would like to find out. But let me just see what else he says. It would be impossible for us to be sustained like this with the matzah all year round, because this is not what is desired in this world. We're supposed to enjoy this world, right? We're not supposed to eat something that doesn't taste yummy and like we don't enjoy it. So it is fit that we should keep this matter during the days designated for it, just for Pesach. For through this, we will maintain the level of appropriate spirituality. And beyond, and behold, this is the main content of the holiday of Pesach and other commandments of the first night, and all the specific matters parallel the details of that redemption. So it really is just a parallel of what happened
Geula.
in Geula. And we're going to experience Geula again. Um, and what else I wanted to say? The more wait, we said that. Okay. Pesach and the 14th Yudalid, right? It mimics the moon. We talked a lot about the moon is in full on Leila Seder. And that's also very important. Like when a moon is full, it's full of potential, full of possibility and potential. And we get to experience that full potential on Leila Seder, on the second night of Seder. It's really important. So another important thing you should know is the tikkun, right? The tikkun of everything that we're doing on that night. So we spoke about the matzah and how it's important to pray when you're eating the matzah, silent prayer, like you're eating the matzah and you're silently praying for your Yeshua and refuah and geula. You're eating and you're praying. You're eating and you're praying, and this is a real avoda. It's a real avoda to have those ideas while you're eating something, but we know that that's the level of that we should be at when we're eating, right? Refined eating. Were you here when we talked about refined eating? Okay, refined eating has a lot to do with not just like what we're eating, right? But how we're doing it, right? And so we're not going to straighten our backs. We're going to lean to subdue the evil inclination, but we're also going to chew it slowly. We're going to savor it. We're going to chew everything. We should chew 32 times. Keneged, right? The 32 teeth we have, 32 teeth, right, is important. Rabbi Nachman talks about actually to chew your food 32 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that'll be good for my
It's good
diet.
avoda. It'll take you a long time.
Yeah.
Good for your diet too. But seriously, so if you are able at that level to pray and slowly and to really meditate on it.
4 to 7 minutes or something, but you could have 4 to 7 minutes of constant.
What? Yeah,
if everyone around it, we'll tell everyone around the table, be quiet.
This is your
moment. This is your moment.
This is your dude with you and your matzah.
This is the moment, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
for all of Am Yisrael, you could transform all of Am Yisrael with your matzah eating on Leila Seder. Access it. Pray for it. That's your moment. It's really powerful, right? I hope we get to there. And then when we have we're going to talk a little bit about the Seder plate, right? And what that represents in all of the Sfirot and the 3 matzot, right? So we know that there are 10 Sfirot, right? So on the Seder plate, there's only 6. So where are we getting all the 10, right? There's only 6 items on the Seder plate, and then we have the 3 matzot, which equals 9. And where's the 10th?
Well, what's Keter again?
Oh, so keter. Keter, we would say, would be the 4 kosot. The arba kosot are connected the
wine.
keter.
The wine.
The wine
The
itself.
wine's the Keter.
The wine is the
10th one,
keter.
The 10.
There's an idea also.
Is that it?
No, you're right. But there's an idea that sometimes keter is not one of the sfirot.
Right.
And so the last one would be malchut.
Malchus, yeah.
Okay, we'll get to that at the end then, because malchut is what we're really experiencing on Seder night. Malchut is the ideal, how we're manifesting the malchut is the whole point of Seder, right? So start with the 3 matzot. Those 3 matzot are the 3 intellectual faculties, the Chabad, the Chokhmah, Bina, and Da'at. The middle one we're breaking, the Bina, into 2, right? What is the whole idea of the Yachatz?
No clue.
No clue?
Just do the work. Follow the program.
Wait, this is such a different
Yeah.
segue, but I heard one time, Rabbi Y.Y. Jacobson, right? So one time I was at his Fabregan, and he said the most amazing story. He was a young boy in Crown Heights, and his father and the Rebbe were very close, right? And on Leila Seder, he would invite people over to come to his house and to give out matzah to select people, right? To a certain amount. There was probably like 15 people there, and he was like one of the only kids. But the minhag for him, the Rebbe would give out a full matzah to adults and a broken piece of matzah to children. Okay? So when he got to his turn, Rabbi YY was a young kid, right? And it was actually just him and the Rebbe. He was one of the last ones. And the Rebbe was looking at the bag to give him a broken piece, and was really crazy that he could not find a broken piece. It's weird, right? Because usually you get broken pieces all the time, right?
Yeah.
And there's no way that there was no broken piece. He was actually thinking to go and check a different bag, because like it feels kind of weird to break a piece of a whole matzah. Like that's what you would do at Yachatz, but otherwise. So Rabbi YY was thinking to himself, no one's gonna know. Just give a full piece of matzah. Like I just give it to me. But the Rebbe didn't. He didn't, and he takes the matzah and he breaks it. He gives him his half, and he says like in Yiddish, like Happy Kasher Pesach, and that was that. But this kind of bothered Rabbi Y.Y. Jacobson for many years.
Yeah, so he had to find out.
Because he's trying to figure out, why didn't the Rebbe just give me the full? What was the underlying message for him? Maybe he wanted to give him a half a piece because he should have his other half, like his wife. He should meet her. Maybe it was because he wanted him to understand something. But all those years he couldn't figure it out until he finally realized something really interesting. Rabbi YY talks about how the message he thinks the Rebbe was telling him was that Rabbi YY Jacobson, he works with a lot of people that are pretty broken. Like they write to him. They're troubled people. And he gets these emails, and he's just like he's so broken about it. And the Rebbe was trying to show him, don't be afraid to break. Don't be afraid of broken matzah. Don't be afraid of broken people. Don't be afraid of the cracks. Don't be afraid of these like the people who are so distressed. Don't be afraid of them, right? Hashem has a plan for each one of us, and breaking of the matzah is how we can break, sort of see the shvirat hakelim, break your vessel so you can rebuild it, right? And brokenness is not the end of the end. Brokenness is just how you can see and let some light in, right? Because some people are so broken that they're in darkness, total darkness, but somehow the cracks will let in light. Just like a matzah, if you break it apart, it you can see through it. Hashem is within that, right?
Yeah.
And so maybe the idea of the yachatz is to show us we all come from a whole piece, and even if we break, that's not a problem.
We're still part of the whole.
We come from a whole.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
We're chelak Eloka mimah.
Wow.
And so that really touched me when I heard that story.
Nice.
Yeah, the Rebbe.
Yeah, and it's the three which is the middle one?
The middle is Levi, right?
Why would he bring?
And it's Bina. And it's Bina. You're breaking your consciousness. You're breaking it. right? But of course, we come from a whole place. I like that idea. And so let's talk a little bit about the other things on the Seder plate, which are there's 6 things, right? So you start from the right side, the Chesed side, right? The Chesed side is represented with the Zroa, the arm that took us out of Egypt, the Zroa, right? Shank bone or whatever you use. That's the Chesed, okay? And the egg on the other side is the left side, Gvura. Egg. Hard as an egg, right? I don't know. Is that like a saying?
I don't know. No, eggs are not hard.
You could boil them. You need to boil this
Yeah.
egg, right? Eggs are not hard, but eggs have this representation, I think, of an outer shell of like containment, structure, sort of speak, like a vura. And then the middle one is the tiferet. Tiferet is represented with the maror, actually. The maror is tiferet. Combination of the two. I would love to understand it more.
No,
No,
it doesn't make
right?
any sense to me.
It wouldn't make sense to
Yeah.
you. But the Arizal talks about how each one is should be placed in this the same of the Spiritic order. I'm not sure why is maror the tiferet, but it is. When you eat maror, right? We're not supposed to. What do you mean?
My family, everybody likes to eat the maror in our house. I don't know why. Not me.
Lettuce. I mean, unless you're eating the chrein. Are you eating chrein?
Grain, yeah.
So chrein, you eat it, and it gives you that, right?
Yeah.
But then you go back to normal. You're never like,
Yeah.
right? So the tiferet is the balance of the two, of the chesed and the. I think that the chrein and the maror are important aspects of like waking up your senses and getting back to yourself, right? Maybe that's why we're supposed to think about. Like maror is, it makes us sad, but we're not going to be sad the whole night. We're incredibly happy on Pesach, right? It's Matzimchatenu. So I don't know exactly. Maybe I'm getting totally off, but maybe the maror is supposed to be in the middle.
Okay.
And then you have the other netzach, right? Netzach is represented with the charoset. Charoset is netzach.
Mhm.
Sweet, good, and all that stuff of netzach. And hod is represented with the, what is the other one is karpas. Karpas is hod. And karpas is so interesting. Isn't it why
Potato, onion.
eating a vegetable in the middle of everything?
Yeah.
It's so interesting and so out there, and it's so that. But they used to. That was how they started meals back in the day of the times when they compiled the Haggadah. They would start a meal with like a appetizer
Oh yeah.
of a little vegetable.
Uh-huh.
So in essence, that is why we're still doing it, but I think it's deeper. It's always deeper.
Yeah.
And I want to know exactly. I didn't look into it so deep, but we know that a vegetable, we say Barak Pri Adama, Adama,
Yeah.
right? Adama has so much minerals and like it's shefa. It's from literally from the rain. Shem brings it from Shemaim down to the arts, right? It's a connection of the two. You can see with fruit and vegetables how Hashem's manifestation of his bracha comes into the world. And it always reminds me when I'm eating a fruit or vegetable that I'm enjoying and tasting a bracha from Hashem. Maybe.
Nice.
So hod,
Yeah.
right? And then lastly, you have this chazeret is the yisod of the root. Chazeret, sometimes people use like a root. Sometimes
Yeah.
people use a lettuce also. So it's like a root vegetable, a root something. That's yisod. So the malchut we're missing. We're not missing it. The malchut we talked about. Remember we talked about represented. What is a king? A king has
Dibor.
dibor,
Speaking.
defined,
Oh, the Haggadah.
refined speech.
Uh-huh.
What are we doing at the Seder?
We're speaking Haggadah the whole time.
We're bringing about malchut. So in essence, we're completing all of the sfirot within the Leila Seder.
Why did you get an artistic person in Israel to
Yeah.
make a Seder plate that shows like the spheros?
Shows it?
Yeah. Like
I'm
they're
certain
all
they have.
round. They're all round and they have like the places.
You don't think
where-
they already have?
Yeah.
I think they
I've
have.
never seen it.
Really?
Have you? But like literally shows
I
it
can
as
imagine
like,
I'm not the only
like
one.
It says Chod and
That would be beautiful.
yeah.
You know, I
I
made
wonder if the Arizals is that way.
the arizals.
Yeah.
Well, the placement has always been that way. I don't
Yeah.
know. There's certain seder
There's
plates that
different.
come already
Yeah.
pre-made.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, at least in my house, like will do it according to the horizon, put it together like that. But it would be so nice, yeah, to have a seder plate. I've made seder plates before out of pottery.
Yeah.
I work with ceramics,
Oh, there you go.
and I made it. I want to tell you what I made.
Uh-huh.
It's in the stars of Magin David.
Oh, very
Magin
nice.
David. So that
Yeah.
would have all 6 of them with one
Yeah.
of the
That's
things.
beautiful.
It's one of my favorite things I've made in
Yeah.
my whole life was
I'd
that
love to
seder
see
plate.
it.
Yeah, I'll
Let's
show you a
get a
picture.
picture.
I will show you. Okay, so the seder plate we understand is also a completely spiritual idea, right? We see it; it's physically there.
Oh, I wonder if the
Super
star, if the
spiritual.
Star of David is
Yeah.
actually like the. Yeah, it actually is the spheros. Like
Correct.
maybe it comes out right.
Correct.
Okay, well, I'll
In the
have to
middle,
look
I
at that
had
later.
I had a little spot because like you have
This
the
room.
spot.
Yeah.
I couldn't fit all of my matzah. It wasn't big enough to fit the matzah, but that's what my ideal seder plate would look like. All of them in the Magen David with the matzah in the middle. If I could, I will make it again with ceramic.
I
It
hear
was
ya.
it was so
Yeah.
nice. Okay, so then lastly, just want to say we get to a place at the end of the seder, and what's the whole point? What's the whole point?
Thank you, Shem.
Thank Hashem. Hodu Hashem Kitab, right? We say it in Hallel.
Oh,
But what is the
about line?
L'shana haba b'Yerushalayim? Yeah. The idea is that we get to a state of consciousness that we are transformed, but also deeply spiritually closer, like as if we had brought the Korban Pesach to Hashem at the Beit HaMikdash. Imagine yourself, you close your eyes at the end of Seder and you think to Hashem, we can't bring the Korban Pesach right now. We deeply want to. We want that more than anything. Help us bring it. Make this a representation of us bringing a korban, a close connection to you, Hashem.
That's what I want. I was going to say before, I wasn't connecting to the concept of bringing the Korban Pesach. It's like Korban. Like, I'm not connecting to the actual going to Yerushalayim, giving our Korban and having it burnt up. But getting closer to Hashem.
Yeah.
It's all there is. That's to me, it's like, how are we supposed to even understand how great that's going to be? We've had our minutes, our moments, our slight understanding sometimes of seeing our closeness to Hashem when we feel connected, but they're fleeting.
Totally.
Can you imagine if it's constant?
That's a higher consciousness.
I just want that. That's all I want.
The Leila Seder is supposed to, you need to have expanded consciousness in order to really experience the light of Seder night. You need a expanded consciousness. And that's what we can learn from all of the Seder practices, the rituals, and making sure that our ego and our pride isn't there, and being kind to the people around our Seder table, and to be fully there with anava and yirah for Hashem and for the other. It's important to have all of the midot in line on Pesach, because when we are aligned on Seder night, our entire year can become aligned. We have a transformative night to fix the whole year. And my bracha to all of us, including myself, is that we're able to overcome the sitra achra, the evil powers, because they're constant in our life. They're constant in the world. And these are the times that they're weak. And so take advantage of that. Take advantage of that moment, because they are so weak, not in this realm also, but in the spiritual realm up there. Take advantage of every moment of Leila Seder to overcome the evil inclination, to work on yourself, to really feel the closeness to Hashem, to have expanded consciousness, to have more da'at. Eating matzah gets us there. It transforms us. It really is. That's the refuah, maybe. Maybe the refuah, mental refuah, right? Because when we're in this place of Mitzrayim, it was a mental Mitzrayim. It was so hard mentally, physically as well. But we know the Mitzarim is our limitations of our mind, correct?
Yeah.
So the medicine of matzah is we're working on that. We're working on the mental refuah. We need a mental healthiness, consciousness. I think that's how I see it. Because when we're not mentally healthy, when our mental health struggles, I can't perform mitzvah, we can't perform almost anything, right? We don't function. If our mental health is declining, we are not able to be there. We're not able to be present. We're not able to show up in the world. And that's all Hashem ever built the world for us to perform, to do mitzvah, to work together. So that's the bracha for myself and for everybody. And Chag Sameach. I'll stop here. It was so nice that you came.
I'm so glad I came. I said